Okay, do your voice check. Alright. What's up, guys? My name's Nate. This is Sing Along Songs with Nate. You guys ready? You ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Alright. Just gonna sing a few songs. Get my fingers all warmed up real quick. Heading down south to the land of the pines. I'm on my way in North Carolina, and I'm standing at the road, and I pray to God I see headlights. I made it down the coast in 17 hours, taking me a bouquet of rockwood flowers, and I'm open the ride, I can see my bed in time. Let it go, let it go, can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, let it go, turn away and slam that door. Don't stop believing, hold on to that feeling, street lights, people. Don't stop believing, hold on to that feeling, street lights, people. All my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't wanna fight no more, there'll be no more war, and the people who say one day, one day, one day, rock me mama like a wagon wheel, rock me mama anywhere you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. So rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, hey, mama, rock me. Thank you, guys.
Hooray. Wasn't that so good? That's literally the best song in the world. And I've heard at least 4 songs. It's pretty great. I know, it's awesome. So who was sad that I called you out for Simon Says when I clearly had no idea who I was calling out? I couldn't see anybody. I was terrified, hurtled in a corner, and it was so scary. So if you are in 8th grade and I called you out, stand up. Simon didn't say, now you're out officially. Okay, it doesn't matter. It's okay. We'll give the 8th graders 0.01 extra points. How about that? That sounds great. Who won the outside game? 6th grade? Nice. That's pretty sweet. Oh, way to go, Maddie. Ugh. Wow. All right, who here likes overtime? Who enjoys themselves generally when you come to overtime? Those of you not raising your hands have officially hurt my feelings. I've never enjoyed overtime. So some of the things that we do at overtime, like, unfortunately, are going to have to change. Like, we have to put the masks on. We have to start talking about social distancing seriously. It's sad, I know. I don't like the masks either, but I do like following the rules that Jesus put before us. And so one of those is obey people in charge, and people in charge said we have to wear masks. So if you have a mask, can you please put it on? That'd be wonderful. and I'm sorry for your loss of not having a mask. But we are finishing up our series here. Oh, speaking of which, hey, who's back to school right now? Raise those hands up. Who's back to school? Who is not back to school? Okay, so about 50-50. That's pretty cool. Who is entirely online? Raise your hands. Who is in person? Okay, so again, about 50-50. That's crazy. I'm online. I go to school online, so, I'm with you guys there. And, yeah, I know. I've been going to school my whole life. It's horrible. It never ends. Okay, but for those of you who are alive in this room, we have this awesome thing starting on Tuesdays and on Thursdays. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we are opening up the Student Center. We're going to call it the Student Union, where if you're in college, they have a thing called the Student Union where people go to, they hang out, they do homework, whatever. On Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock, you can show up when you want, you can leave when you want, but you do have to RSVP online, which means you have to go online, fill out the thing, say, yes, I'll be there. But you don't have to show up exactly at 3. You don't have to leave at 5. You can show up at 4:30, stay till 5. You can show up at 3, leave at 3:05, whatever it is you want, right? But we're opening up the Student Center for a place for you guys to hang out and have community, and like the soda machine will be on, the games will be on, all that stuff. We're not programming anything, so it's not like you're going to show up and be like, okay, what are we doing? I don't know. Do what it is you need to do, right? So you can do your homework there. We'll have a special room that's kind of quiet. The main auditorium, all the music and stuff will be turned off in there, so you can put on headphones. You can do your homework. You can show up, just hang out, watch a movie on your phone. You can hang out with friends. Whatever it is, you can show up there and do it Tuesday and Thursday from 3 to 5. Now, only 40 people can do this, all right? So every day, only 40 people can show up. Now, if you show up at, like, I don't know, whatever it is, 3 o'clock and you didn't RSVP, all right, we can talk about, like, okay, so there's some wiggle room, but there's not a lot of wiggle room, like 2 people, right? So RSVP for this. It's going to be awesome. It's a cool place. If you like hanging out with your friends at places other than home, Student Center, now the Student Union. It's going to be great. All right, so if you are interested in that, raise your hand. All right, hey, that's pretty sweet. Awesome. So that's going to be available for you guys starting this week, Tuesday and Thursday, 3 to 5. Tuesday and Thursday, 3 to 5. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and get into the teaching here. We are in our last week of teaching, the last week of teaching. Now, this series, not like forever, right? People are like, what? You're never going to teach again? I'm quitting. This is literally the last day, guys. I'm so sorry. Oh, thank you. That's the reaction I was looking for. A lot of you guys had smiles on your face. I could see under the masks, you monsters. Okay. Now, here's what we're doing. We're closing out this series, and this is going to be kind of the end cap here. It's about the Bible. It's about everything we're doing. We're talking about breaking it down, breaking things down into parts. So when you break something down, if you did like a dance routine, for those of you that are cheerleaders and stuff, or if you did a football play, for those of you guys that are sports, if you look at the whole thing, you might be able to pick it up. But if you like broke it down piece by piece, it'd be a lot easier to understand, right? And so usually, what do you guys do when you're thinking about something and you have questions? What do you guys do? If you have a question about something, what do you do? Just shout it out. Ask someone. Someone said Google. Who said Google? Someone said Google it. Other people said what? Someone said lie. Oh, man. That's terrible. No, but if we have questions about something, usually we go online, right? And I got news for you. If you ask your parents, like, hey, what's the answer to this? They go online when you're not around and find the answer. Yeah, as a parent, I have realized that everybody under the sun is just faking it. Everybody's faking it. Nobody has any idea what's going on, including your parents. I said it. Boom. That's a peek behind the curtain there. Sorry, people. But sometimes the answers that we're looking for, we can't actually, like, find, or has anybody ever, like, looked something up and got the completely wrong answer? Yeah? So I'm going to tell you guys a little story. It's one of the worst things I've ever done. Oh, man, you're going to have to buckle up. When I was newly married, and my wife was cooking pizza. We said we want pizza. She was making me some homemade pizza. Now, my wife can cook, all right? You don't get to look like me if your wife can't cook good. She used to bake a lot of sweets, but she doesn't anymore because, you know. And so she was cooking homemade pizza, and she went in and she was making this pizza dough. And she rolled out the dough, and it looked great, and it was pizza dough. You know, you're going to make a pizza. So I walk into the kitchen, and I say, oh, hey, is that pizza? He said, yeah. I said, well, what recipe did you use for pizza? She says, I didn't use a recipe. I just threw stuff in the bowl and I got pizza. And so what did I do? I said, oh, that's awesome. No. I picked up her pizza dough. I walked over to the trash, and I just, boom, said, you didn't use a recipe? Get out. I'm going to make it. She was not happy. And so I looked online, and I found me a recipe, and I said, boom, pizza recipe. How hard is it to follow a recipe? I got a recipe right here. She didn't even use a recipe. How dare her, trying to provide and love for family without a recipe. So I start making this pizza dough, and real quick, I learned this is not going the way that I wanted it to go. I had a bowl full of Play-Doh that was sticking to my hands. I didn't know what was going on. I tried to roll it out. It was just this sticky, gluey mush. So what does my wife do? She comes back in. Now, she's an angel. She wouldn't do anything wrong ever. If you know my wife, she's a national treasure. So she walked in. She'd never do anything wrong. She looked at me. She looked at the pizza dough. I looked at her. I said, the recipe wasn't good. So she said, oh, baby, that's okay. No. She picked up my pizza dough, walked over to the trash can, turned around, and yeeted it in my face. It started what we call the Great Pizza Wars of 2008. We started a food fight in the house. I had 15-foot vaulted ceilings at the time. There was pizza dough dripping off the ceiling everywhere. Everywhere. I got into the shower, and I was now water resistant. It just didn't do anything. It was horrible. So I learned real quick, one, the internet is dumb and lies to you. And two, I trust my wife a lot now. So you go online to find these things, and they're just not, sometimes you don't get the things that you want, right? You don't get the answers. Now, sometimes we treat the Bible that way, right? We treat the Bible like Google. We're like, man, I've got a question in my life, and you look to the Bible, and you're like, this is a stupid example, but it's like, who should I vote for? Open the Bible. It's not going to say a single thing about Trump or Biden. None of it, right? It doesn't say anything about that. We treat it like it's Google, and the Bible is not Google, right? Does anybody know what a magic 8-ball is? Yeah, it's like a little toy. It's like, magic 8-ball. Who am I going to marry? No. Oh, okay. That's not how the Bible is, right? You can't just ask it and open it, and it's like, words. No, it doesn't work. All right? So sometimes, maybe you've never asked any questions and looked into the Bible, or maybe you've never treated the Bible like it's this quick fix to your life. Sometimes when we read the Bible, we love it, and it's the thing exactly that we need to hear, and it's just like, oh, that was great. I needed that so much. And sometimes we look at the Bible, and it didn't tell us anything at all about our situation. And so when we don't get the answers we want, or we can't find the answers we want, we get frustrated. Anybody have a homework problem you just could not figure out, and it sent you into this downward spiral into the abyss of homework frustration? And you're like, fine, I guess I'll just quit school and join the circus. Yeah, it's horrible, right? Sometimes we can feel that way about the Bible. Now, when you have these answers, you can't find these questions you can't find the answers to, what do? You look somewhere else, right? So has anybody tried to find an answer for a math problem in your math book and you couldn't find it, so you looked somewhere else? Yeah, what's going to happen if you try to find a math problem or a math answer if you look in your history book? You ain't going to find it, right? So when you start looking other places, you sometimes can't find the things that you need. Now, the Bible itself can actually tell us how to read the Bible itself. It's kind of circular logic. If you think one thing and you get another, but, it's what it is, right? So in the book of Psalms, if we can put up verse 119, 105, we have that back there? 119, 105. Maybe. Maybe. All right, I'll read it. Here we go. So Psalms 119, 105. Let's pull this baby up. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. So 119, verse 105. Here we go. All right. Now, you guys might have heard this. This is kind of a common Bible passage, right? So Psalms 119, 105 talks to this about, 119, 105 talks to us, and it says, your word, talking to God, is a lamp for my feet and a light unto my path. Right? So where it's talking there, like, okay, in a world of darkness, when I don't know where I'm going or I can't even see the road in front of me, the Bible is the light. Now, who in here thinks they can catch stuff pretty good? If not like the flu, like not catch the flu. Who in here is like, oh man, I play sports well enough to where I think I could catch a ball? All right. Yeah, let's go you. Yep, right there. Yeah, go see, there's the stand up. Yep, stand up. So here's like an open area in those chairs. Go stand right there. What's your name? Say your name to everybody. Selena. Everybody say, hi, Selena. Everyone say, good luck, Selena. All right, now, Selena, you said you have good hands. I have a dodgeball. Now, I'm not going to fastball this thing right into your face, okay? That's not what's going to happen. I'm just going to give it a gentle lob, okay? Now, here's the thing. You think you can catch this? Yeah? I mean, do you think you can catch a ball? That's it. I'm not going to do anything like crazy. I'm just literally going to go like that. All right, cool. Real quick, though, Charlie, can you hit all the lights for me? Literally all of them. Yep, get all those lights. I need these ones off, too. I need all those off. Now, Selena, how do you think this is going to go once these lights are off? Probably not good, but you said you could catch pretty good. Charlie, can you hit these ones here? He's working on it, don't worry. Now, what's going to happen is, Selena, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to chuck that bad boy. Oh, we got some blue lights. That's pretty nice. Hit all those lights. All of them. We want it dark in here. I want it dark like the inside of my wallet. Nothing in there. Just chuck it at her. All right, that's pretty good. Selena, you ready? All right, here we go. Catch the ball. Oh, what happened? All right, throw it back. Throw the ball back. Okay, I couldn't see it either. All right, turn the lights back on, Charlie. Thank you for that. Ow! You hit me in the face! Oh, wait, Selena, I'm not done with you. Head over back there. All right, you ready? All right, here we go. We're going to check the ball at you. Oh, my goodness. Wonderful. Throw it back up here. All right, I couldn't play sports to save my life. All right, everyone, let's hear it for Selena. Selena, thank you so much. Wow, that was magical. Selena, if you want one, you have earned yourself a special, exclusive to first-time guests only overtime bracelet / awesome thingy. It's out in the hallway if you want it. If not, that's cool. Whatever. All right, now here's the thing. Selena, why was it so hard to catch that ball? Yeah, I saw you touch it. Well, I think I saw a shadow touch it, right? And it was like up, but then you lost it. Why was that so hard? Because it was dark. Now, why is dark a bad thing? It's not. Dark isn't a bad thing. Dark is a good thing. Okay, but when you're doing something, if it's dark, it's going to be significantly harder unless that thing is asleep. But it's going to be significantly harder. Now, when the world is dark, this Bible verse is telling us the Bible can be a light to us. The Bible can actually show us the right way to go. Now, it's not going to be an actual light, okay? But when the lights were on, how easy was it to catch the ball? Pretty easy, right? I wouldn't expect someone of your athletic caliber to have lost the ball. Now, as you saw, I couldn't even catch it with the lights on because I'm a horrible sinner. But that's neither here nor there. Now, the Bible gives us direction to go the correct way in life, whether you know where you're going or not. All right, so sometimes we look at ourselves, we look at our situation, we're like, hey, this is the direction we need to go. Other times we look at our situation and we're like, I have absolutely no clue what's going on. And the Bible can help us in both those ways because the Bible gives us wisdom. It's one of those things we talked about a long time ago when we were doing the other lesson there, when I said, like, hey, what is fire? Who knows what fire is? Shout it out. Hot. What's a stove? What's a microwave? All right. Microwave might have been bad. But they didn't. What's a deep fryer? Hot. If you put a deep fryer back in the Bible days and said, hey, don't touch this, it's hot, would they know that? No, they would. I said it's hot. They know what hot is. If you put a fire back there and said, don't touch it, it's hot. Yeah, don't touch it. If you put a deep fryer back there, don't touch it, it's hot. They won't touch it. All right. Now, they would have delicious food because fried food is the best food. But wisdom never expires, and the Bible gives us wisdom. It tells us which path to take. Now, sometimes when we think about the Bible, it can help us see more clearly, and when we're looking for those answers, sometimes, boom, we find them right away. Has anybody, like, needed to know something? You opened your Bible, and it was like, yep, that was the perfect verse for me right now. Yep, a couple hands, nice. Sometimes we have to keep looking and praying for that answer. You know, like sometimes there's just really hard things that happen in our life. And we're like, what do we do? It's not going to give me a direct answer for how to deal with my parents' divorce. It's not going to say like, hey, Johnny, your parents are divorced. How do you deal with that? It's not going to say that. All right. But it could give you wisdom and it could give you things on how to deal with difficult situations. And so then you kind of need to expand that to your own circumstance, right? And sometimes it's not going to give you any direct answers no matter what you think of. All right? It's just not going to be that way. But one thing we know for sure is when we look at the Bible, we can find wisdom. Who knows what wisdom is? Who can say what wisdom is? Oh, and grab a seat. Yes. Knowledge. What else? Who else knows what wisdom is? What? Encouragement? Intelligence, perfect. What else? Knowing stuff, same as knowledge. What else? Knowing not to belly flop on a fire. That's great. What else? Making wise decisions. Those are all great answers. Those are all great answers. The belly flop on a fire is a wonderful one. Wisdom is saying things like, I might know the right answer, but it might be wise to follow the answer. Just because you know the right answer doesn't mean you're actually going to do the right thing. Anybody ever do the wrong thing on purpose? Yeah, maybe like Owen and Ian over there doing karate on each other. Yeah, that's crazy because those are my kids' exact names, Owen and Ian. Anyway, don't do karate on each other. All right, so I've said that exact sentence to my kids. It's crazy. So anyway, when you look at the Bible and you're looking for stuff, you can't treat it like a quick fix, right? So if you've ever done the wrong thing on purpose, not wisdom. If you know the right thing to do and you do the right thing, that is wisdom, all right? So it's more than knowledge. It's being able to apply that knowledge, to apply doing the right thing. So there's another Bible verse that I want to talk to you guys about real quick. We're almost done here, so reel it in. It's Psalms 119, verse 11. All right, Psalms 119, verse 11. Now, Psalms 119, verse 11 might seem like kind of a weird verse, but let's break it down here, okay, like the name of the series. I have hidden your word in my heart that I might not sin against you, right? So this is talking to God. It's like a prayer and saying, I've hidden your word in my heart. What does that mean? That means like memorizing a Bible verse. Does anybody here have a Bible verse memorized that's important to you? Yeah, I've got a couple that are important to me memorized, right? Now, I don't have a lot of the Bible memorized because that's a big old book, but I've got a couple verses that are really important to me memorized. And so when you have these in your heart and you have them memorized, you can do it so that you might not sin against God, right? So if you get put into a situation where it's like, man, what should I do? You already have it in your heart. You already have it memorized. So you don't have to like go to your Bible or Google search Bible verses and for this situation, and you find those Bible verses, and you're like, okay, cool. No, you already have it, right? Sometimes I have PTSD from the military, which means like Some really bad things have happened to me. They scarred me. I've been in severe trauma. And so all of these bad things in my life have given me a condition called PTSD, which is like a severe anxiety condition. I get really anxious, or I get really angry, or things get really depressed, things like that. So I've got a Bible verse that I've memorized, Philippians 4, 6, and 7, and they're in my heart. And sometimes when I get into a situation where I'm like, man, I'm just not feeling right, I can say that verse over and over and over and over in my heart, because I know that's how God works. It's in the Bible. That's what God does. That's how God works. And so I have that in my heart, and it helps me focus on God, and so that I might not sin against him, right? I might not do something bad in my fear or anger or whatever it is, so I can keep that in my heart. So there's a couple things I'd like you to do, all right? When we get desperate, when we get in these situations where it's like, man, my life is falling apart, sometimes it's already too late. You don't know which Bible verses to turn to. So before you get to that situation, before you need that quick Bible fix, I encourage you to get to know the Bible before that. Start reading the Bible before that, right? So the Bible is an invitation into God's life, right? God comes into your life. You can share your life with God and get to know him. He can teach you wisdom, right? So I encourage you this week, read the Bible. Find a Bible verse that you like, all right? Find a Bible verse that's going to help you. If you're in like a rough situation, find a Bible verse about like perseverance, how to be strong. If you feel alone, find Bible verses about how God is always with you. If you feel anxious, or if you have like a nervous condition, find Bible verses about like all of that kind of stuff. There's a whole bunch of them. You can come talk to any of us adults. We'd love to help you, right? So find a Bible verse this week and memorize that. If you need help memorizing it, come talk to one of us. We'd love to help you with that. Talk to someone about that Bible verse and why it's important to you. Okay, so memorize that verse and share it with someone. Because when we read the Bible, it helps us see more clearly. When we're in situations where we don't know what to do, the Bible and those Bible verses can be a light to our feet. Not a physical light, but for my heart that's in darkness and doesn't know where to go, and I get scared and I get all kinds of craziness going on in my life. I know that Bible verse. It's engraved in my Bible. It's engraved in my heart and in my mind. I can follow that Bible verse back towards Jesus. So I encourage you guys to do that this week, okay? Awesome.